All right, puppers, ready to do some sandblasting? You don't like sandblasting. So the other night I brought the tractor in just so, I don't know, it unthawed and I had it in here. Well, mostly was because I had to bring in this thing. Got to do some carb work on it. No idea if that interests people. It doesn't even interest me, but I do want to snow plow the rink, so I kind of got to get that going. Anywho, I basically brought this in because I need the loader to lift my cab up and bring it outside so I can start sandblasting. So it's not very exciting, but that's basically what's happening for this first little bit here. We've stripped most of the cab. I just basically want to sandblast the spots that are bad and the places I can't quite get at the paint. So I'll just kind of blow these little spots out, get them all dolled up all nice. We'll strip out anything inside that I don't want full of sand. So I might pull the steering column out so I don't have crunchy steering, because this sand gets everywhere. Anyways, I'm going to get started here. Well, we got the cab sandblasted. I treated it. I ran out of the aerosol stuff, but I did have the other bottle of that, whatever it is, that neutralizer stuff for any of the surface rust things that still showed up. Whatever I couldn't fully blast, I treated, so I don't know. Is what it is. We'll take what we can get. So anywho, it's pretty much ready for metal work. Well, I'm gonna have to sand it, rough it up a little more. Some spots I did. I'm gonna actually work on these spots a little bit because they're overly rough. So we're gonna bang out a few of these spots. The rest of it's not terrible, but we will do a bunch of hammer dolly work. And we'll start laying some glass down because got a few spots we got to go lay some fiberglass before we actually start laying the mud. So this is gonna be the first evening of this. Don't know how far I get. I probably think tonight, as far as I'm gonna get, is just get this metal work, this get this hammered out, try to straighten up as much of this as I can before I go on to the next step. All right, so what have we all done now? We have, you watched me use a stud puller. I pulled a bunch of dents out. Kind of got things a little smoother. And then I've been spreading glass on all my welds. And a few of the spots that were a little heavier with the dentage, I kind of just did my thing there too, over those. I don't know, whatever. Just because. So I'm not really caking much of this on, only because I just wanted to seal up the welds. That's all I'm kind of using that for. Sort of like a waterproofing, if anything. I don't know. Anywho, I'm going to let this dry. I'm probably going to rough this up. Oh, you did watch me with the orbital going around. The objective there was just because it was sandblasted, I was just roughing it up so this stuff had something to stick to. So now I'm, well, this is going to dry. It's going to take a while. I didn't put a lot of hardener in it. I'm thinking, we'll see. Like, you know, it's still kind of tacky and stuff. So it gives me lots of time to spread it. But it does suck if you're in a hurry, because now I can't sand it for like another hour or something till it'll be good and fully dry. If you don't have a power sander, then it's like, this is maybe the better way to do it, only because when it starts getting tacky, you can kind of do your cheese grating, or if you got some really crappy sandpaper, you can really rough it out quick. I didn't do too well, too good on the, you should smear it really good so you don't have to make your life suck happening over here. But I got a machine, so that'll work for the most part. I just hate all the fine stuff. Oh, I'm gonna need to put some more there. I have to get a few other spots anyways. I didn't get them in the doors and stuff. But anyways, I'm rambling on. We're gonna let this flash or dry. Gonna give it a rough sand. I'm gonna go around and hit anywhere that I haven't fully gotten yet. There's gonna be a few other spots that I've missed and need a little more. And then we can actually start putting some bondo on it. Or, as some folks term, icing the cake. Anywho, I'm gonna go in for supper. That's about all I'm gonna do for now. You doing anything? Hey, no? You're just waiting to go in? All right. You're not a very energetic dog, eh? Only when we say go for rides, or you want to go inside, right? That's the two things. Okay. Alrighty. Anywho, we'll be back. Well, this is about where I'm going to leave it tonight. I got the rough sanding done. We'll have to add a little more filler. Pretty much, I don't know. I put lots on. Dang it. But I sanded like a lot of it off. It's kind of the way it works. Looks worse than it is. This probably is worse than it should be, but it's a pretty rough cab. The middle of the roof is pretty good. There's a little bit of waves, but it's fine. We're just gonna get these lower spots down. Pretty much when you're sanding, if you start hitting steel, I don't know. If everything else is feeling good, there's not too much point sanding beyond that. So, but like I say, this stuff I don't mind. It's all this little junk that actually really sucks. I'm thinking I'm gonna take a break from doing bodywork on cars after this one. The next few cars are gonna be just bare bones, whatever they are, they are. I didn't sand this door because, like I say, I don't use a lot of hardener. Actually, it's not bad. I probably could sand it, but I'll do it tomorrow. I put a couple hours in between mixing mud and doing the bit of sanding that I did do tonight. So I don't remember exactly how many hours. It's probably about 3-4 hours total I have into everything right now. And that's with me goofing around doing other things. So I wouldn't say I work very hard. Anyways, so we're going to leave it tonight. Yeah. This looks excessive, but there's just some weird little waves in the door, so I'm just skidding the whole door. I'm probably going to end up sanding most of it off. I didn't put a lot of fill on it, so, well, we'll see if it sands flat. My go-to is this 8-inch orbital. I use longboards and stuff, and they're okay. But if you can find a well, I should say they make them. They make longboards if they were to go in circles, which they do make, but they are so much money. And then one of these things, I don't even know. I think I bought it on Amazon for like 80 bucks. The paper's a little spendy, but I go with the 36 grit. I pretty much waste paper once it's not so great or not working as good. I just switch it out just for frustration. You can skimp on the paper. That's always something the feller can do, but if you just kind of waste it, I should say, like this paper's still good. So what I do, I'll fold it in half, and now I can use it for hand sanding, so I get twice the life out of it, I guess. What I do, yeah, like I say, 8-inch sander. If you keep it flat, it surprisingly keeps stuff pretty straight. Keeps it actually pretty good till primer. Then if you really want to have something fancy, then you probably bring out the longboard or do something. But like I was saying, I didn't want to spend too long on this. I'm only spending a couple days. That's it. I think normally if you were to try to do like a big show quality thing, you'd probably be at this for like weeks. And I would be probably done with this and throw it outside then. This one's not too bad. The one day I did or whatever on the box, that worked out really well. I was pretty happy with that. The outcome of what I did. And this one, I'm going to give myself now another 2 full days to mess around with it. So we'll see where we get. Well, we sanded everything. First round of bondo got sanded. We smeared again. Second round. This time, I'm not sure if you're noticing, but I missed a spot here. So when you see, this usually tells you it's a low spot because I wasn't able to sand it. So if you see me spreading it, I kind of was blotching it on those spots first. That way when I was knifing around, I made sure I had plenty in those spots. That makes sense. I don't know. Anyways, we got thin coat around. We did a little more finessing with the roof there, but we got a second coat on, filling the low spots. I'm hoping to have this done. Like this round I'll sand with 80 because I think the big spots, if I'm done, they're like ready for primer essentially. But yeah, that's the plan. My goal anyways here is going to be to, at least by the end of the night, just have the big stuff, the big flat surfaces done and kind of ready for primer. Not that I'll be priming it right away, but like they'll be good enough that we'll move on and do all the other stuff that's not so fun, where you get your fingers sore and you pretty much have to hand sand everything, which I don't enjoy. But yeah, I think that explains everything. I don't know, there's not much to explain. I am smearing bondo and sanding it off. Like I say, this, I don't know if I said that. I was gonna do this one in 80 grit, and yeah, it's done. So anyways, I'm letting this dry. I'm gonna go in for supper, and we're gonna come out, sand it. Hopefully it's good. So this is why I keep my old paper. This is like, it's dry, but it's not. Like I can still stick my nail through it. It's what they'd call ready that you could technically cheese grate it. But I use the older paper because this sands like butter if I gotta hand sand it. It'll gum up the paper, but that's why I got the old crappy paper. So I'm not too concerned about it. But anyways, I'm just gonna get in here, rough it with my 40 just to knock everything down, then I can come back and hit it with my 80. But at least I can get some shape into it right away without hating life, because I gotta sand like 20 hours at this stuff. It's strange why I do this when I hate bondo. I hate doing bodywork. Just trying to get the worst of everything out of there so that, like I say, I don't have to sculpt this stuff. All right. It sounds so much nicer. I decided just to get the outside of the truck done. I was going to shut the video down before I did that, but I didn't know how to make doing bodywork interesting. Again, I know there's some weirdos out there that actually like this. And that's a good thing, so don't take that as an insult. But we got pretty much the outside of the cab is ready for primer. It's close enough for me. I have, I don't know how many hours, but if I was to say I was working a good day, I got about a day and a bit into it because I kind of busted it out over an evening or 2 evenings, and then a couple hours today just to finish up the door tops and a few things here. I took it off the hoist because there's no need. I got everything at the bottom side all done. So I was just working on the door tops. So that is where we are at here. The next step is going to be, and it won't be so much, there'll still be a little bit of body work, but we're going to get these door jambs all done. And I want to seam seal the inside of the cab, get that emergency brake handle in, because I got to get that in there anyways, and get some primer on everything, and possibly paint the inside. I don't know if I'm going to paint it the same as the outside. I might just do like a flat black or do something. Because I think in the big picture, I want to build some seats because I don't have any seats, or I can't find what I want. So I bought a big sheet of aluminum, some 14 gauge. So I'm thinking I'm going to make an attempt at making some bomber seats where I'll reuse those Camaro bottoms, and then I'll kind of make my own padded back. It's just a little thinner, get even more leg room in the truck. It'd be great. Like I fit fine as it is, but if I can get a little more, why not? And yeah, then anyways, long story short, I was gonna maybe get some aluminum and just make some like tin door panels all around. Kind of the plan. Thus, I can maybe just do some paint on this stuff. I might try to find some of that lizard skin or do something just to heat coat the bottom side of the truck, but we'll see if I do something on the floor yet or not. Time will tell. But anyways, oh yeah, I kind of looked like I used a lot of mud, but it didn't really. This is not really a good example, but I think I used about half to 3/4 of a pail. But when you sand it all off, I end up with more, although there's fiberglass in there as well. And there's still stuff that doesn't fit in the can. Whatever. Just a good frame of reference anyways. Not that it matters. Anyways, as always, I want to thank you folks for watching. And we'll catch you on the next one. Later.